This is Mrs. Parker's class taking you through the 5 regions of Virginia.
The coastal plain is a very unique land. It has a flat landscape. It has military bases all around.
The coastal plain, they depended on the bay and ocean for the food. They also depended on the island's food. Here are some food that you can get from the coastal plain.
The tourism there was the beaches.
Thanks for listening.
Piedmont.
The Piedmont region is the 4th region from the west and the 2nd region from the east.
Piedmont has a lot of rolling hills.
A product of Piedmont is tobacco.
There are 4 industries in the Piedmont. The first is the government industry, where you can work in law. Next is the technology industry, where you can work with computers. Then is the farming industry. It is the biggest and is the oldest. Last is the horse industry.
Blue Ridge Mountains. The Blue Ridge land is right here, and right here is the river.
Skyline drives a 105-mile road that goes along the Blue Ridge Mountains.
This is a baby deer found in
the Blue Ridge Peak.
and this is a venomous snake found in 2002 when a family was on Skyline Drive.
There are many products in Blue Ridge. Some of them are apples and oranges.
There are a lot of farms in Virginia like this one.
Thank you for watching.
Valiant
Ridge.
The main industry of Valiant Ridge is farming.
Moo. Meh.
The products of Valiant Ridge are poultry, beef, dairy, and apples. This is Virginia. Right through here is Valiant Ridge. Valiant Ridge landscape, it has many valleys and many ridges. It also has rich soil for farming.
Thank you.
The Appalachian Plateau is the region we will be talking about. The Appalachian Plateau is the most southwestern region in Virginia. The Appalachian Plateau is filled with plateaus that are mountains that are flat on top. The Appalachian Plateau has the longest name and is the smallest region.
Coal is a fossil fuel made from plants that lived and then died more than 100 million years ago.
And the Appalachian Plateau is where coal is mined. Thank you for watching.
Jamestown Colony by Mr. Hathaway's class.
The British came over to America because they wanted power, gold, silver, and wealth.
Jamestown was founded in 1607 as an economic venture.
The stockholders of Virginia Company of London financed the settlement of Jamestown.
The original colony was founded in 1607.
When the settlers arrived in 1607, Jamestown was located on a narrow peninsula bordered by 3 sides by the James River.
Today, Jamestown is located on an island on the James River in eastern Virginia. The red rectangle is where Jamestown is located.
The location of Jamestown could easily be defended from attack of the Spanish.
There was deep water around the peninsula, so they could dock their ships by the shore.
They believed they had a good supply of water, but they did not.
The King of England granted charters to the Virginia Company of London to establish a settlement in North America and extend English rights to the settlers.
Did you know the first General Assembly was in 1619?
They met in a church in Jamestown Island, Virginia on July 30, 1619.
Each division in the General Assembly sent 2 elected burgesses.
The burgesses were elected representatives.
They were the first elected legislative body in Virginia.
They were representing 11 plantations
or settlements.
The women of Jamestown helped a lot because the men that were settling in the colony did not know how to sew or cook nice meals.
The men also couldn't watch over the houses or farms. The men could buy their wife using tobacco because it was a cash crop. When they got married, they had children so they could work on their plantation. The women did most of the housework.
Africans arrived in Jamestown against their will in 1619. Portuguese sailors captured African men and women from present-day Angola. The status of these early African men and women as either servants or slaves in Virginia is unknown. The arrival of Africans made it possible to expand the tobacco economy.
The English settlers found life in Virginia harder than they had expected.
The site they chose to live on was marshy and lacked of safe drinking water. The settlers lacked some skills necessary to provide for themselves.
Many settlers died of starvation and disease.
The arrival of 3 ships, the forced work program, and strong leadership of Captain John Smith,
And the emphasis on agriculture resulted in the survival of the colony.
the Powhatan people and the English settlers Jamestown established trading relationships and for a while had positive interactions.
Captain John Smith initiated trading relationships with the Powhatans. The Powhatans traded food, furs, and leather with the English in exchange for tools, pots, guns, and other goods.
Chief Powhatan chief of many tribes, provided leadership to his people and taught settlers survival skills. Pocahontas, daughter of Chief Powhatan, served as a contact between the native people and the English. The native people showed the settlers how to plant corn and tobacco.
The relationship between the English settlers and the natives changed. At first, they were hostile because of their experiences with the Spanish, but then they began trading when they realized they were not Spanish.
Chief Powhatan became disappointed that the English intended to stay. Later, colonists started raiding Indian villages and burning their crops. They captured Chief Powhatan's daughter, Pocahontas, and soon she was married to John Rolfe. Their marriage did help their relationship.
This is Miss Hollar's class, take 1.
Slaves came from Africa. They came from the West Coast.
West Africans were kidnapped and sold to slave traders. They were brought to America on slave ships. They experienced harsh treatment on the ships. Before they started working, they were auctioned off to plantation owners. Slaves were very mistreated. They had to work late hours. They could not have any money or possessions. No possessions and no rights. They could not vote or own property. They wore ragged clothes most of the time. They had limited amounts of food, such as soup. Slaves were very unhappy about the way they were treated. Hello, we are going to talk about the Underground Railroad. The Underground Railroad isn't really underground or a railroad.
The Underground Railroad is an escape route for freedom for slaves.
Slaves had to cross the Potomac River into Maryland, where they were free. And they could be happy.
Harriet Tubman was a slave who escaped after years of captivity to Maryland. She came back to Virginia because she wanted to make a difference and to free her family among other slaves. She was also a leader of a secret route called the Underground Railroad.
This secret organization helped African American slaves escape to Maryland, just like Harriet had. There were no signs leading to the Underground Railroad because it was a hidden organization. Harriet Tubman was a very brave woman with a huge heart. The Civil War.
This battle was between the North and the South. It started in 1861 and ended in 1865. The war started mostly because of slavery. The South wanted slaves and made them work really hard. But the North said they did not want slaves. In 1860, Abraham Lincoln became president. He wrote the Emancipation Proclamation, which said all slaves in the South should be freed. That's the end.
This is Hollar Productions. Cut!
Room 23 Pictures presents A+ Jewell Production, The Old Dominion.
My song is for the Old Dominion. How I love this land. Virginia, the birthplace of a nation.
Why do we love Virginia?
George Mason University is in Fairfax County. It is the largest public research university in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Old Dominion University of Virginia is also known as ODU. It is located in Norfolk, Virginia. Old Dominion was founded in 1930. The College of William and Mary is located in Williamsburg. William and Mary is the second oldest college in Virginia, in America. Virginia Tech is located in Blacksburg, Virginia. James Madison University is located in Harrisonburg, VA. It was founded in 1908.
Fun tourism. Have you ever thought of going to a water park or an amusement park? Well, you can go right here in Virginia. There's a bunch of awesome water parks like Volcano Island Water Park, Atlantis Water Park, Great Waves Water Park, and Great Wolf Lodge Water Park. There's also a lot of amusement parks too, like King's Dominion, Busch Gardens.
I'm going to tell you about Monticello. It was Thomas Jefferson's home. Monticello is located in Charlottesville. Did you know Monticello's dome was the first ever dome that was placed on a house in America?
This is Mount Vernon. It was George Washington's house. Did you know George Washington's body laid in his house for 4 days before proper burial? It's in Mount Vernon, VA.
This is Appomattox Courthouse. It is in Appomattox. Did you know that this is where Robert E. Lee surrendered and ended the Civil War?
We hope you learn something about Virginia history and visit these places.
There are many places that you can go in Virginia. You might find some of these places fun and educational.
For example, we have bird watching.
You might spot some exotic birds, but keep your eye out for cardinals.
Cardinals are our state bird. The reason why is explained later.
Another good place to visit is Jamestown, which is in Virginia. On May 14th, 1607, 100 people were sent to find a new settlement.
Hunger, sickness, and conflict with Native Americans in the first 2 years.
That caused Jamestown close to failure right before a new group came in 1610.
Virginia symbols.
We have many symbols that represent Virginia.
Some of those are the flag, the dogwood tree, the dogwood flower, the brook trout, the foxhound dog, cardinal, and eastern tiger swallowtail butterfly. The flag was designed by George White. Our motto is Sic Semper Tyrannis, which you can find on our state flag. The state of Virginia has many different names. These are the most common names: Old Dominion, Mother of the Presidents, and Mother of the States.